thumb. And Captagon, which goes back to the post-hardcore sound, but musically, there's a lot more cohesion. It also has this really awesome sort of mathcore-esque breakdown in the middle, followed by this really awesome climax with ascending guitars and lyrics that really seem to paint a statement. Dissolving and Reject All and Submit both continue the album's theme of being awkward and sort of missing the mark, unfortunately. The vocals from Dylan Walker from Full of Heck was a nice surprise, but ultimately they didn't do much to help the track. December 4th, 2024 is slightly better. The instrumental composition here is really underappreciated, with the crushing, slow, post-hardcore riffs that I really love. It's really one of my favorite tracks on this. Audrey's of Guilt is one of the better tracks as well on this album. I love the wall of sound the guitars make. And halfway through the song, I can say the same mostly for the closing track, For Those Who Will Outlive Us. It starts with this really quiet melody on keyboards, which develops into this really nice soundscape. Halfway through, it switches up and goes in a more ominous direction that seems to build towards a dramatic finish, but really it doesn't lead to a very satisfying climax. So that concludes my track-by-track review of this album. As far as my thoughts as a whole, I didn't hate it like a lot of people did that I've gathered based on the online discord surrounding the album. I liked how imaginative it was, and I really liked that the band was going into this bold new direction into post-hardcore, going away from their early Midwest emo years. That and a lot of the instrumentals were really engaging with some unpredictable chord progressions and song melodies. But my complaints with this album really lie in the band's execution. There's not a ton of cohesion here, I feel, and the band seems to try and do too much experimentation with their sound on this record. While that's not a bad thing, you gotta make it sound somewhat coherent. I believe this record isn't all too great at that. My favorite tracks for this, my favorite track is the closing track, For Those Who Outlive Us. And overall, it's not a total stinker, but it could have been better. I give it a 60 out of 100. No Alternative will be back right after this break.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to... Welcome back, music lovers and television watchers alike, to No Alternative, the alternative music show, broadcasting out of Oswego. We have reached Block D, D for Deftones. That's right, I'm about to review the brand new Deftones album, Private Music, which is already one of my top 3 albums of the year. So, to start off, let me give you some background on the Deftones for those of you who have to be living under a rock and don't know who they are. They are an alternative metal band hailing from Sacramento, California, and they are currently featuring guitarist Stephen Carpenter, drummer Ave Cunningham, keyboardist Frank Delgado, and the larger-than-life vocalist Chino Moreno. And for this album, they are also joined by their current touring bassist, Fred Sablon. So I'll now give you a very brief rundown on the band's history. Formed all the way back in the late 80s, they signed with Maverick Records, where they gained a critical and commercial following through the release of their first 2 albums, Adrenaline and Around the Fur. In 2000, they released White Pony, which was met with widespread critical acclaim for its genre-bending sound that set it apart from other new metal bands at the time. Following releases, such as their self-titled album and Saturday Night Wrist, saw them further delving into this new shoegazy sound they created. In 2010 and 2012, following the tragic injury and eventual passing of original bassist Chi Cheng, rest in peace, the band dropped Diamond Eyes and Koi no Yoken respectively. I personally consider this era to be the peak of the Deftones' sort of dreamy, shoegazy sound. 2016's Gore and 2020's Ohms saw the band go in a different direction, a more spacey, sonic direction that was still popular among devoted fans, but it certainly divided critics. Getting into the track-by-track review, we start with My Mind is a Mountain, a thunderous opener that automatically inserts Deftones' spot on the throne of alternative metal. The riffs are loud, but not overly aggressive, and Chino Moreno's dynamic vocals ranging from cleans to screams also stand out on here. I also got to give credit to Delgado's synths, which on this track and the record as a whole add an important layer of sonic depth that gives it this magical, mountainous quality. Locked Club sounds very interesting. It doubles down on the heavy riffs with some very bold spoken word lyrics from Chino, but overall, it's not my favorite. The next track, Edyssis, originally didn't land with me, but upon recent listens, I've grown to appreciate it. It's got these really awesome, heavy sort of Stephen Carpenter riffs, but also a really beautiful soundscape from Delgado's synths. Up next is Infinite Source, and if Deftones were to have dropped a 3rd single from this album, then this would be the one. It's less heavy and has more of this dream pop sort of sound, peaking with this infectious chorus with introspective lyrics. Souvenir is not my favorite off the album, but it's still a very enjoyable track. Clocking in at over 6 minutes long, it's the longest track on the album and one of the longer songs in Deftones' discography, largely in part due to the needlessly long ambient outro. Oh man, this sort of made the song feel a little bit tedious and kind of a bore. CXZ snaps the record out of that ambient daze, though, with these really aggressive riffs and the dreamy synth soundscape that we're used to seeing. I Think About You All the Time is a beautiful example of the quiet, soft dynamic that Deftones employs a lot. It starts slow, but then it explodes into these thick guitar layers. But the lyrics here are easily the standout. They're very positive, and I'd say even very uplifting. Like someone with their share of demons finally realizing they found inner peace. All right, Milk of the Madonna. Wow, what an amazing track. This is the second of the 2 singles from the album. It's heavy, fast, aggressive, yet it's still so incredibly ethereal. Chino's lyrics on the song also are really fantastical, and they go with the music to paint this really apocalyptic scenery. The music really reminds me of Swerve City from Koi no Yoken with its upbeat tempo and roaring guitars, but still during that bridge, it has that guitar solo. That's what that track reminds me of. But this track is far better than even that song. I'd say it's one of my top 10 favorite Deftones songs. Cut Hands incorporates the sort of spoken word / rapping delivery from Deftones' early albums. I don't think it really lands with me for this song, to be honest. But on the other hand, Metal Dream is a really beautiful track that opens with basically the same thing, just rhythm and spoken word, before it blasts into a beautiful chorus with this really nice wall of sound. The lyrics here are really romantic and ethereal. I know some people are not as big on this one, but I gotta give it credit because everything here flows very smoothly. Departing the Body has sort of an ambient sort of intro that leads into a quiet guitar melody. With how low Chino's voice is in this opening lyrics, you think you'd be listening to the baritones. Get it? Because baritones and Deftones. But jokes aside, this song is amazing. The chord progressions are simple and beautiful, and the lyrics are still fictitiously powerful as you'd expect. The loud, soft dynamic is also really effectively done here, much like a lot of the other tracks. Talking about the record as a whole, I think it's the best thing Deftones has put out since Koi no Yoken. It's musically diverse, but still concise for the most part. For a band that has more or less had the same sound for the past 25 years, it's really amazing how they still manage to put out fresh-sounding material. I mean, there are some songs on here that are worse than others, but none of them seem out of place on this record. Chino's lyrical prowess really shows on here as well. The lyrics, which largely deal with mental health struggles, are very abstract in a poetic sort of way that I really relate to. Instead of literally saying what's on his mind, his lyrics allow you to truly feel what... I'll give it an 85 out of 100. No Alternative will be back right after this. Welcome back, music lovers, to No Alternative, Oswego's alternative music show. I am your host, DJ Dash, and unfortunately, I have to announce that this is the last segment of tonight's episode. This segment I call DJ Dash's Music Diary, where I'll be doing a segment this segment I'll be doing at the end of every episode, where I'll be presenting you with all of my current most listened to songs that aren't on any of the albums I reviewed on a current episode. Alright, so the first song I have is Forest by System of a Down. For those of you who are in the alternative and metal communities as a whole, this band really needs no introduction. They're really among the best in both genres. Their fantastic 2001 album Toxicity recently celebrated its anniversary, and Forest is the 8th track off of this album. And it's a blistering track with soaring vocals from Serge Tankian and the lyrics, which are becoming ever more relevant in today's climate. Next up, I've got a track called My Heroine by the band Silverstein. Hailing from Burlington, Ontario, just a few hours away from here, Silverstein was one of the leading bands in the mall emo movement of the 2000s. Their most popular track, My Heroine, shines with arguably more raw emotion than most other bands of this era can muster. This track and the album, Discovering the Waterfront, is really phenomenal and could potentially be a candidate for a classic album review later down the line. Well, that is it for this episode of No Alternative. I am your host, DJ Dash. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a nice night.
Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, a new photo exhibit is now on display at SUNY Oswego.
And the Tyler Hall Art Gallery is receiving a new series of artworks.
But first, SUNY Oswego is preparing to host its annual Media Summit, what students have to look forward to.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Suad Hamoud.
And I'm Eddie McAlpine.
We're just 2 days away from the 21st edition of SUNY Oswego Lewis B. O'Donnell Media Summit. This year's Media Summit will host an all-star panel discussing the evolution of an idea, how to nurture creativity in the digital age. Kicking off the event on Thursday at 3 p.m. will be a panel exploring how to balance the impact of technology with the power of human imagination.
Appearing on the panel will be a group of SUNY Oswego alumni from CBS News, Warner Brothers, MSG Networks, and NBC BLK. In addition, a Career Connectors networking event invites students of all majors to meet recent alumni from 4:30 to 5:30 in the Hewitt Hall Collaborative Core. Starting today, the All That Remains art series will be displayed in the Tyler Art Gallery. The display features artwork from Oswego art faculty members Peter Cardone and Christopher McAvoy. The combination of photographic and abstract art that showcases the talents of the two men can be seen up until November 14th. The gallery hours are Tuesday through Friday from 2 to 6 in the afternoon and weekends from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Just a reminder, Tyler Art Gallery is closed on Mondays, holidays, and days when classes are not in session.
After Ed Gosek, SUNY Oswego men's hockey coach, took home the victory on Sunday, him and his players came donned aprons to serve good food to good people. The team served the eggs, pancakes, bacon, and other fixes to help the Friends of Hospice in Oswego at Elks Lodge on Sunday. In addition, there also were several raffles and gift baskets that were donated by local businesses and individuals.
For those looking for a good spook, the city of Oswego is once again hosting their annual Creepy Crawl at Washington Park this weekend. This 3-day event will have live music, vendors, food, and a wine and beer garden by Canales, and their signature Haunted Tunnel. The Haunted Tunnel is located in front of the county courthouse and connects to East 1st Street. Creepy Crawl takes place from Thursday to Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m.
A new photo exhibit is now on display at SUNY Oswego, featuring the work of a photographer and Oswego alum.
As Mike Neckers reports, this Holocaust Survivor Series highlights the experiences and resilience of those who lived through the Holocaust.
Danny Weiss is a photographer who's had the pleasure of working with some of the biggest names in the world. But one of his greatest achievements was fueled strictly by his own ambition.
It was a 3-year personal project. I started in 2017, and over the course of 3 years, I photographed 18 Holocaust survivors.
Through these 18 survivors, Danny was able to build a deeper connection and demonstrate through photographs their unique experiences during the Holocaust.
So there is one image behind me of a survivor fixing his yarmulke, and clearly he got through the Holocaust and through his whole life by leaning very heavily on his devotion to his religion, to his faith.
Each photo tells a different story, capturing moments of faith, loss, and perseverance, all through Weiss's lens.
I think the photo shoot represents, more than anything, what each person did to get through the Holocaust and what allowed them to thrive and survive past the Holocaust.
Danny's Holocaust Survivor Series was presented this past week and can be seen inside Penfield Library for the remainder of the semester right here at SUNY Oswego.
I guess it's just my way of being Jewish and being a photographer, of helping to keep their stories alive.
Mike Neckers, WTOP-10.
A powerful tribute to resilience and remembrance, Weiss's portraits not only honor Holocaust survivors, but also ensure their stories live on for future generations.
The exhibit runs through the end of the semester at Penfield Library.
Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo introduced a change to the New York subway system today, proposing the plan of the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, which is a state agency yielding control of the subways to the city of New York. Cuomo said he wants to lead a construction management team to oversee projects at stations, train car purchases and repairs, and upgrades to infrastructure like its aging signal system. This plan would need approval from the Transportation Authority's board and Governor Kathy Hochul. New York State has controlled the subway since 1968. Rain, go away, but do you know who's here to stay?
With more to say, here's Storm Team 10 meteorologist Bradley Jacobs with your weather update.
Thanks, guys. And as this rain is not going to go away, we do have these rainy and windy conditions just storming in for the rest of the week, with cooler temperatures expected to come right along with that. And when exactly are we going to be expecting the sunshine to return? And how's that weekend looking? Because I'm already ready for the weekend. I'm over the week. I'll have all this and more in my full weather forecast ahead. But for now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Bradley. 19-year-old Gage Chapman has been charged with 2 misdemeanors and 18 violations after police say the driver intentionally drove into the crowd twice to disrupt the No Kings protest on May Street in Potsdam organized by the National Indivisible Movement. Chapman is set to appear in Potsdam Town Court on November 5th.
Now to the town of Trenton, where state police arrested a Utica man today following an assault and property damage. State police charged 39-year-old Cesar Echevarria with 3 felonies and 3 misdemeanors after allegedly pouring gasoline on multiple cars and a person. He then accessed a detached garage on the property where he used a stick, paver bricks, and a metal shovel to threaten and strike the victim and vehicles. Echevarria is expected to appear in court tomorrow.
The trial continues today in the case of a former prison guard who was arrested after chasing down and shooting at individuals who were smuggling items into Metropolitan Detention Center in New York City. Leon Wilson, a veteran guard at the center, is said to have approached a black BMW parked in the prison lot, which then sped off. Mr. Wilson then chased after the car in a prison minivan, firing 3 shots and striking a backseat passenger. He faces to 10 years in prison. Still ahead tonight, a helicopter crash leads to 2 injured.
Plus, an ICE operation turns ugly for agents.
Get rid of all the questions.
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP-10.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to your nightly news here on WTOP-10. I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Bradley Jacobs. Now, currently looking at our current conditions outside, it's currently overcast and about 53 degrees outside, so a lot cooler than where we were just a couple of days ago. The dew point's sitting at 48 degrees, helping to create a relative humidity at about 82%. The pressure is sitting at about 995 millibars, indicating lower pressure, hence why we're seeing all these clouds, wind, and rainy conditions over the last couple of days or so. And speaking of the wind, coming from the southwest at about 9 miles per hour. Now, going around the state here, checking out all the temperatures we got here. Western New York sitting pretty in the mid to high 40s, Buffalo being in the low 50s over here. Down the I-81 corridor from Oswego down to the southern tier, sitting in about the low 50s to high 40s. And then over in the Catskills and Delhi, we have about 49. Capital Region sitting a little bit warmer than the rest of the viewing area and about the mid 50s or so. Now, with these rainy conditions, I've previously talked about the current drought state that we are in. So diving a further look into here, we have the yellow patches still abnormally dry, Oswego still in a severe, moderate drought, and then severe drought over in the western portions of New York over here. Now, we can expect these drought conditions to hopefully lighten up with the rainfall we have coming. As we can see, going out 48 hours from now, looking ahead all the way to Thursday at about 9, Fulton seeing about 3/4 of an inch of rainfall over the next 48 hours. And we can see places up here in the purple and red seeing over 2 inches of rain, upwards of 3 inches of rain over the next 48 hours. So be cautious as you're going out. If you see flooded roadways, turn around, don't drown. And we can see as well over the next 6 to 10 days, much of the United States is going to be very abnormally wet, if not wet if not rainy. So then we can see that all along the East Coast here, with portions of the Southwest and West sitting a little bit drier. Now, looking ahead to tomorrow, like that daytime planner, I have Wednesday about 10 a.m. in that red. We are going to have some rain showers between 8 and 11 tomorrow, so bring that umbrella, that rain jacket to class. If you think it's too much, I'm telling you right now it's not too much. You'd rather be dry, maybe take the bus route. Things are going to be clearing out a little bit as the day goes on, but do not let that fool you, because looking ahead into the 7-day forecast here, we do have the showers early on Wednesday and more showers and a chance of thunderstorms in October on Thursday. Now, Thursday into Friday, we are going to see much more of that rainfall that I was previously talking about. Now, heading into the weekend, temperatures, again, cooler into the low 50s. That Lakers exhibition game on Saturday, we can expect some showers at first, leading to sunnier conditions in the later half of the weekend. And then heading ahead to next week, we can see a little bit more clearing up Monday into Tuesday with a slight chance of showers again on Tuesday. That's all for my full weather forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Bradley. Police say 2 people have been injured after a helicopter crash in Springfield, Missouri. The crash happened today at 11:30 a.m. The helicopter crash occurred in Cooper Park, only a few miles away from the Springfield-Branson National Airport. Debris from the helicopter reached up to 100 yards away from the crash site. Investigators have not released any information regarding to what led up to the crash.
An immigration enforcement operation in Los Angeles had led to 2 people being injured. According to a law enforcement source, the injured include a U.S. Marshal and the suspect. ICE agents' weapons were fired after the suspect apparently rammed into a vehicle that was part of the team and U.S. Marshals. The Marshal who was injured is currently in stable condition, while the condition of the suspect is unknown.
Police say a tragedy was averted after law enforcement was alerted to a potential shooting.
Here is Michael Yoshida reporting with more.
Billy Joe Cagle arrested Monday inside Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, accused of threatening to, quote, shoot it up.
This crisis was averted, but this individual did have a semi-automatic weapon.
Officials say family members of Cagle warned police he was armed and heading to the airport. Police say Cagle didn't have a gun on him when officers confronted him inside the terminal, but when they searched his truck parked outside, they did find an AR-15 assault rifle.
There were 27 rounds that could have been fired from this weapon inside the airport. We're here today briefing you on a success and not a tragedy, because a family saw something and said something.
Atlanta's mayor said Cagle had mental health challenges. A friend says he spoke with Cagle on Sunday because he was concerned about some of his recent social media posts.
You know, people go through things and people deal with them differently, and unfortunately, Billy, may have made a bad decision here.
Atlanta's International Airport is the busiest airport in the world, with more than 108 million people flying through in 2024. Police say Cagle seemed very interested in the TSA check-in area, which was heavily crowded at the time.
There's always going to be soft, more exposed areas of an airport as you go to the hardened part, which is, of course, the TSA line. That area is going to be the most congested because people are going from free flow to secure flow. And there's always going to be a buildup, and that's always been a worry.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
Cagle will appear in court on Wednesday.
Some of the charges he will face include terroristic threats, criminal attempt to commit aggravated assaults, possession of a firearm in the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
President Donald Trump is scheduled to meet with the NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte at the White House on Wednesday. The meeting occurs as Europe works with the Trump administration to find an end to the war in Ukraine. The discussion was planned after a previous talks with the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, last week. Trump and Zelensky had discussed the possibility of the U.S. giving Ukraine Tomahawk missiles. Zelensky said Ukraine would not be receiving the long-range missiles.
8 individuals have been detained by Romanian and Polish authorities. The 8 individuals are suspected of planning sabotage acts on behalf of Russia. 2 of the individuals arrested were Ukrainian nationals under the direct control of the Russian intelligence operatives. The duo was caught attempting to ignite incendiary devices at the headquarters of Nova Post, Ukraine's largest private courier company located in Bucharest. The homemade packages were made to look like everyday items and remotely triggered. The packages were all intercepted and neutralized by Romanian security forces.
When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, former President Biden rings the bell.
And a popular pharmacy that experienced outages nationwide.
If you like action, romance,
if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surfaces this. Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
There's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
Only on WTOP.
Look at the number of disasters in the U.S. Chances are
For this
every
coming week,
area will deal with some
so
kind of
it says anchor 2, which
emergency in the
would
next
be me,
decade.
but if you want to start and say,
And
Casey, you can
between
approve this too. If
schools,
she
sports,
starts and says
and
welcome back,
social
I can say in consumer
chances
news and then go right.
You won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Crits.
Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News.
In consumer news, on Monday, Starbucks officially announced the date for its Red Cup Day. It will be Thursday, November 13th, where customers can receive a reusable red holiday cup when they buy a holiday beverage at participating stores. Starbucks says it will invest more resources in this year's Red Cup Day. The company will bring in more baristas to deal with the expected demand. The announcement of Red Cup Day comes just 2 weeks after Starbucks unveiled its holiday menu. It will include some popular items like eggnog lattes.
A system outage disrupted service at some CVS pharmacies across the country today. The company said a network connection issue prevented certain locations from delivering medicine to customers. Frustrated customers flooded social media with complaints, saying they couldn't pick up prescriptions or get tests and vaccines. It's still unclear exactly what caused the outage, but CVS operates more than 9,000 pharmacies nationwide and is doing what they can to get back on track.
A spokesperson for Joe Biden says the former president has completed a course of radiation therapy to treat an aggressive form of prostate cancer. The 82-year-old has undergone several weeks of treatment at Penn Medicine Radiation Oncology in Philadelphia. Biden marked the moment by ringing a bell, a tradition that many cancer patients often do to signify the completion of treatment. It is unclear what treatment steps might be next for Biden.
Women's hockey got their season started this past weekend in the Deborah F. Stanley Arena.
With more on the impressive showing, here's WTOP-10 sports reporter Brady Hauser.
Thanks, guys. The Oswego women's hockey team got their season started this past Saturday, defeating the St. John Fisher Cardinals 3-1. I got to speak with freshman Fiona Sirens after the big win about how the team was able to get to work together and get the job done.
There definitely was room for improvement. There was something structurally, especially in the defensive zone, that our coach noticed that we can work on, but I have no doubt in my mind that we can't fix that through video and practice. It felt so I've never been a part of a game where there was so much energy and it felt so official, and I felt amazing. It was like you just think of all the years you've spent working up to this point, and it was just kind of like a wow, I made it here. And I think every girl on my team felt the same way.
It's safe to say the Detroit, Michigan native is pumped up for the rest of the season. That's all for my report. Coming up after the break, our sports anchor Jacob Coleman will break down Oswego soccer, the NBA tip-off, and more. So stay tuned to not miss out.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surfaces this. Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 TV. I'm Jacob Coleman, and I'm here to give you your sports rundown tonight. For our first Oswego story, a preview at tomorrow's men's soccer matchup as they play host to their rival, the Buffalo State Bengals. Coming off of a tough loss to the Cardinals last Saturday, Oswego will look to remain contenders this season by beating a SUNY opponent in the Bengals. The last time these two teams met, the Bengals took the win at home, but now the Lakers have home field advantage. The game will begin at 4 p.m. tomorrow at the Laker turf. Moving on now to our second story, we continue the soccer theme but switch to the women's pitch. Oswego women's soccer has had a good season so far with a winning record of 6-4 and 3-1 in SUNY competition. In their last outing, they suffered a tie with Plattsburgh on Saturday. The women's team, like the men, will take on Buffalo State tomorrow afternoon. However, they have the displeasure of traveling on the road. Buffalo State is currently 4-1-2 in SUNY competition, so it's going to be a tough matchup for Oswego. It begins at 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Into some pro sports stories now. The NBA season begins here tonight with some flashy matchups. The league's tip-off is already in action between the Rockets and Thunder, with that game still in play. And at 10 p.m., the Warriors will play the Los Angeles Lakers. Unfortunately for Lakers fans, LeBron is sidelined in this season opener due to injury, while Steph Curry is in action for the Warriors. The NBA season will continue throughout the week with some good matches like Cavaliers at Knicks tomorrow night. Keeping the news on the hardwood, NBA's Indiana Pacers rookie Cam Jones was arrested earlier this week for reckless driving and felony resisting law enforcement. Jones, who's only 23, told authorities he was late to practice Monday morning as a reason for his driving. Authorities say he was allegedly driving erratically in Indianapolis down Interstate 65 shortly after 10 a.m. Jones initially did not stop after troopers attempted to pull him over, and he led them on a brief chase, according to authorities. He was released on bail today. And now for our VO highlight here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Game 7 of the ALCS Championship Series. Mariners at Blue Jays. And at the top of the third, a beautiful crack of the bat. Julio Rodriguez hits the homer to take the lead, 2-1 Seattle. And for our next highlight now, at the top of the fifth inning, Seattle at bat again with no outs. And tell your grandma to duck because this one is headed for the crowd. Another home run strike by the Seattle Mariners to put them up 3-1. As you can see, the teammates are coming out to celebrate with the Trident. But they might have pulled that Trident out too soon because at the bottom of the seventh inning, the next highlight, the Blue Jays would have life. 1 out, 2 on base. George Springer with the swing of his life. A 3-run home run here for the Blue Jays to take the lead. It is now a 4-3 ball game, moving on to the top of the ninth. In the top of the ninth, Hoffman would be at pitch, and he's going to pitch out a strike for the win here to advance the Blue Jays to the World Series. In Game 7, they would beat them 4-3, and the World Series will begin this Friday as the Dodgers take on the Blue Jays in the first matchup on the 24th. I want to thank you all here for joining me for the Sports Rundown here tonight.
Thank you, Jacob. Stick around to find out what National Day it is.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris.
Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
There's nothing like a nice juicy apple on a cool fall day.
And it's National Apple Day, so whether it's a Granny Smith, a Red Delicious, or a Honeycrisp, make sure to take a bite of one today.
Some historians believe the ancient Romans cultivated the sour fruits and turned them into the sweeter ones we're more familiar with today.
Today, there are more than 7,000 varieties worldwide.
That's our report for tonight.
Welcome on into season 23, episode number 3 of Laker Connections, your only place for all things Laker sports. I'm Ken Gerard, co-hosted by the somewhat likable Lucas McGarry.
Oh, come on.
Now, Mr. McGarry.
Yes.
Unfortunately, winter sports here in the Port City have all wrapped up for the season. But thankfully, spring sports are in full swing, with many squads getting their first SUNYAC matchups underway. Now, speaking of, let's get started with our Laker recap.
Yeah, no, I love the Laker recap. Honestly, kind of my favorite segment of the show.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
I enjoy Laker Showdown's a lot of fun. I like Laker recap because I love talking about how good the Lakers did.
I didn't give you time to say how are you.
I'm doing good. I'm really excited to talk about how good the Lakers did. I'm very excited.
Good. Well, I guess we'll just get right into it. As I just mentioned, spring sports are in full swing and conference play has begun. Now, some teams are looking to make a return to the SUNYAC playoffs after strong seasons last year. Others are looking to rebound from disappointing seasons last year. Now, speaking of teams looking for a return to the playoffs, let's start off with how the men's lacrosse team did. Lucas, take it away.
Yeah, how about it? Oswego kicked off conference play with a commanding 11-6 victory over New Paltz, setting the tone early and never looking back. Lakers jumped out to a fast start with 3 quick goals from Garrett Elston and Corey O'Connor. Although the Hawks responded with 2 goals, Oswego seized control by rattling off 5 unanswered scores to take an 8-2 lead into halftime. The second half saw a more balanced battle, with both teams adding 2 goals in the third quarter, including goals from Nate Ham and Corey O'Connor for the Lakers. Oswego's defense remained strong down the stretch, shutting down New Paltz's offense to secure the win and to start conference play on a very high note. Lakers starting off strong.
Well, you can't go undefeated if you don't win the first one. You take a look at some of the stats here. 11-6, a good win for Oswego. They outshoot them, and they got more shots on goal. And look at that. Only 7 shots not on net for these Lakers. That's a winning recipe for this Oswego team. Now, we'll talk about later who they're going to play down the road. It's going to be a tough matchup in the next one. But what a good win for Oswego. Start off 1-0 in SUNYAC play, who have not played at home yet. Again, we're going to talk about that very shortly. But, Lucas, looks like it's going to be a good season for this men's team.
Yeah, no, I love the efficiency here. Like you just said, they only had 7 shots that weren't on goal. That is peak efficiency. And in a game like that against the conference team, that is exactly what you want. I love it.
Well, let's move on to the women's team now. The Oswego State women's lacrosse team looked to keep their SUNYAC record perfect, coming in at 2-0 in the SUNYAC against the Canton Kangaroos. The Lakers would strike first and take a commanding 4-0 lead in the first before Canton would respond, making it a 4-1 game. The Lakers would once again go on a run, and it was a good one. The Lakers went on a 6-0 scoring run to make the game 10-1 early in the second. The Lakers led 11-3 going into the half, and Canton was unable to mount the comeback. The Lakers would go on to defeat the Roos 15-4 and stay perfect in conference. The Lakers move on to 3-0 in the SUNYAC and 7-2 overall. Lucas, the Lakers have some serious goal scorers this season and look good early on. Now, what is working so well for this Lakers squad?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I wish I could have appreciated this game more being there, but I was outside freezing the entire time. It was hailing, snowing, really bad wind. But regardless of that, I think that the way the Lakers have been playing these past couple of games has been absolutely phenomenal. They have been dominating teams recently by scores of 10+. They are regularly having that running clock going at the end of their games. They are consistently beating teams by huge amounts of margins, and I think that is really, really impressive to see. And I mean, you can't be any more excited than that, honestly.
No, absolutely not. They're off to a great start and look to continue to be that way, Lucas.
Yeah, no, 100%. But we're going to switch from the field now to the diamond. The Oswego baseball team hit the road Thursday for a 3-game series against the defending SUNY champion New Paltz Hawks and came up just short in a hard-fought 5-4 loss on Thursday. The Lakers struck first with 2 runs in the 3rd inning, sparked by some aggressive base running. New Paltz answered with a run in the bottom of the half, taking advantage of a fielding error. After trading runs, Oswego pulled ahead 4-3 in the 6th on a pass ball, but the momentum shifted in the 7th when Dylan Restano crushed a 2-run homer to give New Paltz the lead. The Hawks bullpen shut the door with 3.2 innings of scoreless relief. Daniel Winchester led the Lakers offensively, going 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored, but a 9th inning double play ended Oswego's rally attempt. So a tough loss for them. We're going to talk about their next games, or that game coming up, but for right now, just about the game that happened. Unfortunate for the Lakers, but you got to have the bats wake up.
You absolutely do. And this Lakers team, again, looking to get into those SUNYAC matchups. Alfred State is a good team. And, yeah, for Oswego, we mentioned it last episode that this team really needs to start getting the bats up and moving. And I think throughout the season, they just haven't really able to just connect on a lot of their shots and just not able to get it done. But let's move ahead now to the other diamond, the softball diamond. The Lakers were slated for a doubleheader matchup against Clarkson. In the first match, it was all Golden Knights. They took the game 1, 13-2. But Oswego's looking to bounce back in game 2 of the doubleheader. Clarkson would strike first with an RBI single in the top of the first. The Lakers would strike back in the same inning, notching 2 runs in the bottom of the first. The Lakers would have a great 4th inning, scoring 3 off an RBI triple from Lillian Haggerty. They held up this lead all the way into the top of the 7th and final inning. Clarkson had 2 cross the plate to make it a 1-run game, but Oswego was able to hold on and win 5-4 over the Golden Knights. The Lakers improved to 5-8 on the season. Now, Lucas, after a couple of rainouts, the Lakers are looking to get into conference play. But what a way to hold on and win for Oswego here.
I love the fact that in the first game, they obviously didn't have the best game. And then they decided, you know what, we're not going to let this affect us. And they came back even stronger. And they had a hard-fought victory. And you love to see it. And especially now with conference play coming right up, that is exactly what you want. You want to build that momentum. And I think now for them, they have a really, really strong case for it.
Absolutely. I mean, even a team like Clarkson, they had no errors in that matchup, and Oswego having 3, just out-hitting Clarkson. So I think, again, the amount of hits probably led to the win here, but being able to have 3 errors on your side of the field and still win when another team has 0, pretty
that's very impressive. If you're making mistakes and Clarkson isn't taking advantage of it, that's on Clarkson. So good win for Oswego to close it out.
Absolutely. But that's going to do it for our Laker recap here. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, wow, words are really hard tonight, Lucas. They really are hard tonight. We come back, it'll be time for the week ahead. Stick around. You're watching Laker Connections right here on WTOP-10.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris.
Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say. No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Welcome back into season 23, episode number 3 of Laker Connections, your only place for all things Laker sports. I'm Ken Gerard, co-hosted by the sweaty and laid-back Lucas.
I apologize. It is really, really hot in the studio right now.
It's roasting a little bit.
It is very hot. I overheat very easily. So.
I guess the school didn't turn on the AC quite yet.
We haven't gotten any yet, so we're a little hot in here, but
we'll get there.
We'll make do.
We have discussed the past, Lucas, and it is time to talk about the future. We have a lot of action for Oswego athletics.
Very true.
And Lucas, well, let's discuss it.
Yeah.
Start off with what's going on for the baseball team.
Yeah, well, after falling 5-4 to New Paltz yesterday, the Oswego State Lakers have a chance to bounce back with a crucial SUNYAC doubleheader tomorrow at Lauren Campbell Memorial Field. Sitting at 12-7 overall and 4-3 in conference play, the Lakers will need strong performances on both sides of the ball to take down the defending champions. The Lakers currently lead the conference with a team ERA of 4.81, while the Hawks lead the conference with a team batting average of 348. The first game set for noon and the second at 3 p.m., Oswego has a prime opportunity to bounce back and make a statement in the conference standings, especially over the New Paltz Hawks, who are the defending champs.
Yeah, a couple of tough teams in this conference between Cortland and New Paltz up there. It would be a statement win for Oswego. Again, we were talking about how they need to get the bats up and going here. They have a decent team average. The ERA low is not bad. So, I mean, it's going to be quite a determining game in a weird way. It's early on in the conference play. Still, I mean, we're after spring break, but it's still early in the conference. Still got about a month and a little bit of change to get into these conference matchups. We'll see how the Lakers can foe against this team. I think a win here would be great for them. I think that they can really put their name towards the top of the list and make an early push into the SUNYAC playoffs. But let's switch it now on over to softball again. The Lakers will head up to Canton, but not to take on the Kangaroos. Rather, they set their sights on the St. Lawrence Saints. Game 1 will start at 12 p.m. with Game 2 slated for a 2 o'clock start, but anybody who knows baseball or softball knows that's probably not what's going to start.
Definitely not when it's
Definitely not. Oswego sitting at 5-8 looks to improve to 7-8 before taking on a SUNYAC opponent down in Morrisville. The Saints sit at 7-5 on the season. This series comes after their first Liberty League matchup of the season against the Clarkson Golden Knights. Rain has been an enemy of this Oswego team with their last 4 matchups being rained out. This series is a makeup from March 29th, which was, of course, rained out. Lucas, with an exciting matchup for the Lakers, what are we looking for in this one?
I'm just really excited to see a very, very close game. I think both of these teams have a lot to offer when it comes to pitching and hitting, and I think when it comes down to it, this should be really, really competitive. Both of these teams aren't struggling, but they're right near the 500 mark. Oswego slightly under, and St. Lawrence is slightly over. So for both teams, you have the different mindsets of Oswego's like, we've got to get that 500 point. You want to get there because that's where you start before you build up. St. Lawrence, you obviously want the opposite. You don't want to hit that 500 mark because you're already past it. So I think it's a very fun dynamic for both of these teams to be playing against each other now. And I think, like I said, it's going to be very, very competitive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so now, I'm sorry, instead of we're going from the diamond now back to the field, where we're going to take a look at Oswego State women's lacrosse team.
Clever.
Looks to stay perfect in SUNYAC play as they take on the Oneonta Red Dragons this Saturday. The Lakers enter the contest with a strong 7-2 record, 3-0 in the SUNYAC, while Oneonta sits at 3-7, 2-1 in the SUNYAC. Oswego boasts an impressive offensive attack, averaging 16.2 goals per game compared to Oneonta's 13.2. Oswego also clears Oneonta in goals against per game, holding teams to just over 7 goals a game, while the Red Dragons allow almost 14. With both teams fighting for postseason positioning, this matchup should be very, very interesting.
It got dark in here for a second.
It did get dark. I don't know what happened.
Well, again, we talk about this team being so dominant, and we've seen with that 7-2 record, 16.2 goals per game.
That's crazy.
And look at the shot on, and they're evenly matched up. This is an even matchup. I mean, Oneonta is still a very good squad. I think the record is a bit deceiving.
Yeah, they had a couple of really, really tough, but also close losses that could have gone either way. So their record doesn't exactly show their talent level. They are a solid team.
Yeah, they are a solid team, and I think this will be a good one for Oswego. If they can pull away another victory here and move even farther into the SUNYAC, it's going to be a tough matchup coming up again. And Cortland just in their near view future, a tough team that they've never beat, so we will see. But let's move on to men's lacrosse now, as the Lakers will take on the Potsdam Bears this Saturday at home, which is their first home game of the entire season. The Lakers are currently undefeated in the SUNYAC, sitting at, 1-0. The Bears sit at also 1-0 in the SUNYAC. After a trouncing of the Canton Kangaroos by a final score of 24-2, Potsdam comes in hot. This matchup is set to be a good one, an early SUNYAC matchup between these two squads. Potsdam comes in on fire. Now, Lucas, you think the Lakers can tame the flame and take down the Bears, or is this just a Potsdam team that's just too hot to handle for the Lakers?
So last year, the Oswego essentially had the same a scenario against Potsdam. Potsdam was hot last year, and then they came to Laker Field, and Oswego beat them in overtime. I was on that call. It was so much fun to watch. This Lakers team is full of surprises, and I really think they can, I think you said, put out the fire, quench the fire, whatever you want to say.
Tame
the flame, sure.
I forgot what I said.
It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to call it, I do believe that they can, so yes, they can. And I 100% think that this is going to be a very, very good game. It was very low scoring last time, so I don't know if that's going to happen this time because obviously Potsdam, they average a crazy goal scoring. But I think Oswego has a very, very solid defense that can tame this flame, like you said.
Absolutely. That's going to be all the time we have for our week ahead. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, oh my God, again, I did the same thing. When we come back, it'll be time for a new segment here at Laker Connections called Way Too Early Predictions. We'll see you on the back half of the break. Stick around.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
Polly sister, if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
Surface is this? Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
no!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back into season 23, episode number 3 of Laker Connections, your only place for all things Laker sports. I'm Ken Gerard, co-hosted by the large-hearted Lucas McGarry. I'm running out of things to say, Lucas.
You can reuse that.
No, you said I told you last time I got to change it every time.
Yeah, I guess so.
So here we are.
That's what you want to do.
There goes 3 more. So 3 more off the table. But now, Lucas, we can sit here and be sad and miss winter sports here in Oswego, or we can serve up some hot takes and make each other, and maybe some of those watching at home, also upset. We're doing something new here on Laker Connections. Me and Lucas are going to give our way too early season predictions for the 2025-26 winter season. Now, Lucas,
I didn't even originally know what you meant.
Well, now
when you first were like, hey, this is what we're doing, I was like, huh? And then I was like, oh, you mean all the way
all of them. Lucas, let's start off with the 2025 SUNY champions, the men's ice hockey team.
So I think what's really funny is that last year they had 0 expectations because they had so many new players, and we didn't realize that Gosick was a recruiting wizard, and all of those guys that he picked up were going to be studs. So I think this year Oswego is going to have a lot more to do, and I think they're going to have a lot more to prove. So I think we might see a slight, and I will say slight because again, all of that talent is still going to be there. I think they're losing a couple of very good seniors, but other than that, they have plenty of guys that are filling in for them. And couple?
Only Daniel Kyle Bufo's gone.
Oh, that's right. Okay, perfect.
They're all coming back.
Then perfect. Then they're going to be slightly worse, I think. But because I think because of the talent they have, I think it's expected. I think teams are going to be taking them a lot more seriously than they did last year.
I think they're going to get better. I don't think. I think
I can see that happening
now.
Too.
But here's what I mean when I say better. Hobart and Stevenson are coming into the SUNY next year.
That's gonna be
I don't
tough.
think they repeat as SUNY championships. I think Hobart the now 3-time national champion, is I would imagine is going to win the SUNYAC next year. I don't know. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. If anybody from Hobart for some weird reason happens to see this, I don't think you will. But if you do, then why leave? I don't want you here.
You can watch.
That's
another,
not good.
You can watch another show.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the women's hockey team. Now, speaking of expectations, this team was just so close to being into the NCAA tournament, and they dropped that final game against Plattsburgh in the SUNYAC championship. In their second season ever in the SUNYAC, they get there, host a championship, and lose it. Their expectations, I think, may not be as high as the men's hockey team will be because of how many returners that the men's team will get. The women's team, though, is losing a lot of seniors, a lot of talent. I think they have a lot of young players who are still good, but losing Levy and some of these other talented players, it's going to be tough for them to recover from. But I think their expectation next year is at least an appearance in the SUNYAC championship. I think they can get there. I'm not sure if they'll win it or get into the NCAA tournament, but I think that their expectation is at least getting into that championship game next year.
No, I mean, without a doubt. Losing Levy is like losing an arm for that team. Whoever is goalie next year is going to have like the biggest shoes to fill. So that is going to be very, very tough for them because obviously Levy was just a stud. So I think for them, it's going to be a figuring out season.
Let's move from the frozen water over to the hardwood. Now tell me, the women's basketball team, what their expectations are going to be. Now they get into the playoffs. They win their first game at home as a 3 seed and then lose in the second round. So their expectations next year to me are a little flip-flopped. I mean, they are losing some players, but for the most part, I think this team still stays pretty well-rounded next year. I'm going to say a playoff appearance, I think, is at bare minimum what the expectation is going to be.
At this point, yes.
But I think they can maybe make a run and get a little bit deeper in the playoffs than they had did this previous season.
No, 100%. They have been steadily improving every single year since at least that I've been here. When I got here, they were not the best team. They were pretty low in the SUNYAC standings, and then they finished third last year. That is very, very impressive to just see the steady growth. I still think the coaching needs to get a little better. That's just my personal opinion. But I think that they have plenty of talent. It's just whether or not that they use it correctly.
Now let's go from the women's team to the men's team. Now this men's team was in the NCAA playoffs for the last 2 years, and this year didn't even get a crack at it. Didn't even get to the SUNYAC championship. A huge fall from grace for this team. Now, again, we talked about all the seniors last year that they were going to lose. I'm sure you guys enjoyed listening to Joyce and Mudd talk all about them last year on Laker Connections. And well, this year, we did not get grace to the same amount of success from the squad. So I think the expectation for this team is to make the playoffs at this point. I'm not quite sure where I stand with this team. Quickly, any thoughts?
I mean, honestly, I would just say exactly the same thing as you. It's just very, very disappointing to see where they are. And I think they needed Jeremiah Sparks a little bit more than they thought they would when he left, because he was a star and he really did do well for that team. And I think when they left, they didn't expect him to leave that big of a hole.
No, definitely not. It was a good season for this team, but I think Jason Leon's got a little bit of recruiting to do in this offseason.
He needs to work his recruiting magic and see what he can do.
Trust the process with this Lakers squad. We're going to go to another quick break. When we come back, we will have our Lakers showdown.
Sounds good.
We'll see you on the flip side of the break.
Yeah, we'll just take a break. We'll come back in a minute.
Yeah, we'll back. Bye.
Go!
Would you like to try snacks from faraway lands? Or snacks with bizarre flavors? How about snacks in new ways? Or snacks you've never tried before? You don't have to go far to find these snacks. They can all be found here at Snacks on West First Street.
Yeah, we're walking around campus, and what do we see? All these clubs are looking.
They're looking for me.
There's hockey.
There's improv.
So much to see. So let's go try them out and see how they be. Come on and please watch.
Our embarrassments free.
Tune in to Amateurs on WTOP.
Happy Friday, Lakers, and another beautiful day here in Oswego, New York. I'm DJ Don Perone, and I'm happy that you're starting your weekend off right listening to WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network.
I said, darling, can you see? There's no room for us. There's no room. Now our lives are changing. Promises keep slipping. And I always knew it wasn't you. It wasn't you.
Welcome back into season 23, episode number 3 of Laker Connections, your home for everything Lakers sports. And Lucas, it is I guess it's time. It's not really. I don't know if I'm excited about this. Mr. Michael Neckers is back. Our Laker Showdown moderator.
He keeps coming back. We don't really have anyone else to do.
Lucas, for those who don't know, please tell them what
Laker Showdown is a showdown between two Lakers, me and Kenny. Michael, our moderator, will ask us a series of 3 questions, and it will be best 2 out of 3 style. Wow. Michael decides the winner of each question. Wow. And that will be it. Michael?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do here, guys. We've still got a lot of time left before the NFL season starts, but last week I asked about the Steelers, so this week I'm going to ask about the Giants. I need both of you to give me your record prediction for the 2025-26 Giants, and whoever is closer to my prediction will earn the point. Kenny, as the Giants fan, you're up first.
So, I mean, adding Mr. Unlimited.
What's your prediction,
And adding Mr. Unlimited.
We're both at 0.
Adding Jameis Winston.
No one has scored a point yet.
Yeah,
guys.
we're at 0. Anyway, so with those additions, I don't think it makes Oswego. Sorry, I'm so on Oswego. I don't think it makes the Giants like a playoff contender or even a good team at that. I think they're just going to be fun garbage as opposed to just garbage as they were with Daniel Jones. I think it's just going to be like putting a tutu on a trash can. Like it's going to be, oh wow, that's pretty trash. It's lipstick on a pig. I think it's going to be
lipstick on a pig. I actually really like that.
5-12 for the Giants.
Lucas?
I'm going to go 3-14, just flat out.
I
don't see. I love Mr. Unlimited. You know, he was my quarterback last year, but the Giants just don't have enough talent right now.
I think 5-12.
I don't see them winning more than 3 games, and I also see them losing a couple of games that they 100% should win.
Oh, they absolutely.
That's
will do
why
that.
I only see them winning 3. Those 3 games will be against teams that they shouldn't have
Time's up. Well, guys. As you know, I'm a pretty big Giants hater. Not as much as I hate Philly. Not a fan of Philly.
We can agree on only that.
Kenny, you're going to take this one. My prediction, I'm being a little generous here. 7-10 is my prediction.
Wow,
for the Giants.
really?
I think they're going to get more wins than people think
Never,
this year.
never make a football take.
All right, hey, enough out of you, or I'll make you lose again. Question 2. Other than Laker connections, what is the best OP on WTOP-10? Lucas, you're up first.
The best OP on WTOP-10 right now is obviously Shut the Chuck Up.
No, it's not.
Charlie, the producer,
We're going to get some haters for saying no to this.
Just scream. I heard him scream. But yeah, Shut the Chuck Up. It's just such a fun, loving show. And it has one of my favorite people out there, Chuck. So yeah, Shut the Chuck Up.
Where's the camera? Where's the camera? Where's the camera? I need a camera moved on me here. Here we go. I'm getting up. I'm fired up for this one. Here we go. The best show on WTOP-10. The DK Experience. I love that show. You thought I was going to say, oh, boy. Oh, boy, and it's not even close. Oh, boy, by a mile, and it ain't even close. You pick anybody else, you're wrong.
No,
you're wrong.
Sit down.
No, you're wrong.
Sit down, buddy.
No.
Sit down.
Fired up.
So, we've got a tough decision here.
Yeah, you do.
Do I let everyone at WTOP-10 hate me, or do I pick Lucas's answer? I hear Chuck in the back cheering for his show. But I'm going to give this one to Kenny, but he does not win yet because the final round I've decided today is worth 3 points.
Okay. Wow.
So, last but not least, this
you need a crutch to beat me. You need a crutch.
No. This question feels very fitting for the two of you and myself. Guys, who is the best sports commentator of all time in your eyes? Lucas, you're up first.
Make Kenny go first.
No, Lucas is first.
The teleprompter says you're up first.
No, I need a second.
The teleprompter says you're up first.
Michael Sterling of the Yankees. He's so good. Michael Sterling of the Yankees. He's been there forever. I don't even know why you guys are putting your thumbs on. You're a Mets fan. You have nothing to say.
Lucas, real quick, before we go to Kenny, can you impersonate a Michael Sterling call for me?
No, I can't.
No, God, no.
It is hot. It is far. It is gone.
You heard it here first, folks. And Kenny, for you?
He's fantastic.
Oh, this is so tough. There's so many good ones.
Joe Buck.
Don't say that name. Don't say that name here.
None of them. Oh man. See, because you took my answer. That was a good one.
Did I actually?
Yeah, that was Sterling's a good one.
Respect.
What's his name? The football. Oh, he's on Amazon Prime. I'm blanking so hard.
Yeah,
Amazon Prime.
I love that guy.
Don't help him.
Don't help me.
Don't help him. He's gonna get it.
It's not.
Got a
Tom
minute
Brady.
20 program to get it. Don't say it, Aaron.
Aaron, help. Someone help. Oh, Al Michaels, thank you. Yeah, I thought of that myself. Yeah, Al Michaels. I love Al Michaels. I think he's very
give me
good.
my 3 points now.
Yeah.
If I'm taking a crutch, I'll take the crutch.
You're going to take your crutch and get a crutch win.
He didn't even give an answer. I'll take the loss. That's fine. I don't need a crutch.
Well, gentlemen.
Give him the loss. It's 1 point. I think I still win.
I am a big fan of Al Michaels. Very good NFL commentator. But I'm going to have to go with Lucas on this one. So this week, Lucas.
I did not win. No, shake Henny's hand. I did not
win. You won.
I did not win.
You won.
He beat me 2-1.
Look at the scoreboard. Look at the scoreboard.
I did not win.
Look at the scoreboard.
Chris, I did not win.
Look at the scoreboard. Can we put Lucas wins in the lower third?
This is a Mickey Mouse win. No, I'm not.
Lucas wins in the lower third.
No, I did not win. Kenny, I'm sorry.
With like 4 exclamation points. With like 4 exclamation points.
I'm not shaking your hand. I didn't.
No, my hand.
Oh, yeah. Kenny won. Kenny won. I will accept that loss.
Lucas wins! Woo!
All right. That's enough of all that action.
Yeah.
He took my answer. That was a good answer. That would have, yeah. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. Thank you, everybody. It's all the time we have for tonight. We will see you guys in 1 week for episode number 4. Have a good night.
Good night.
To meet our contestants for tonight. Let's meet our first contestant for tonight, Dylan Gilmore. Dylan, or Gilly, we can call you Gilly. How's it going, Gilly?
I'm doing good. How are you, Joe?
I am so excited to have you here. I'm going to ask the age-old question we get here on Joepardy. What is one category that you think you're going to excel at tonight?
Anything with like sports trivia, like football or basketball, I'll get it. Probably.
Sounds good. We'll see. Maybe there are some sports questions. We'll determine that in a little bit. Let's meet our next guest for tonight, Piper. Piper, how's it going?
It's going good.
It's going good. Are you excited to be here?
Yes, I was going to be here anyways.
Absolutely. Piper is the assistant producer for the show, so happy to have someone from crew on air tonight. So thank you, Piper. And Piper, is there any category that you think you'd excel at tonight?
I don't think I'm excelling at any category tonight.
Good to know. Let's see. Let's see if you end up winning. And let's meet our final contestant for tonight, Michelle. How's it going, Michelle?
All is well, Joe.
All is well. I'm super excited. I think you're excited as well, right?
Oh yeah, very excited. I'm very happy to be here.
Very excited. Very happy to have you here. And is there any category that you think you'd be an expert at tonight?
I'm very knowledgeable on movies and sports, but like only hockey.
Okay.
So either of those two.
Gotcha. Okay. We'll see if that appears later in the show. And now let's take a look at our Joepardy categories for tonight. Our first category, WTOP-10 silhouettes. And you'll see a photo of Joe alongside another member from WTOP-10. And you're going to have to guess who the other member is. We're also going to have Where is Joe? You're going to see a photo of Joe in one of the many spots across this world. You'll also get a clue. And you're going to have to guess where it is. Then we're going to go to sports cities. So in sports cities, I will give you 3 teams from a specific city, and you have to tell me what city it is. So you have 3 different teams from a variety of sports. And then finally, board games. We're going to have a little fun and test your knowledge about board games, because who doesn't like board games? So that's our categories for tonight. Stick around for more Joepardy questions after the break.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Welcome back to Joepardy. Let's start a round of Joepardy. Our first question, Blue Jackets, Clippers, and Crew. And this is for 10 points.
Wait, what am I guessing?
You're guessing the sports city. So what city do these teams play for? I'll let you know when to show it. I give you guys a couple seconds typically. Let's start with Piper because I don't think Piper is overly confident about this.
I put Boston.
Boston is incorrect. Gilly, you're up next.
Columbus.
Columbus is correct. And Michelle, Columbus as well. So Gilly and Michelle on the board to start.
Blue Jackets, Boston.
What's Clippers and Crew?
Clippers are the AAA baseball team. And then the Crew are the MLS team. Let's go to question 2. This silhouette belongs to a WTOP-10 member, e-board member, who may be at WTOP-10 right now as we speak. And this is for 2 points. And Joe is on the right there. And so I know you guys got a quick glimpse. Let's hope you guys can see that.
Me? Is that me? Was that me?
Oh, wait. I forgot you were on e-board.
No, wait.
No.
So scared.
I'm so confused.
Okay,
You're the only
let's see.
person on
We got an
e-board
answer here. Gilly, we're going to start with you.
The-
Incorrect.
Oh, sorry.
Michelle, what's your guess?
Gilly?
Gilly is correct. And
Yeah.
Piper is correct. Gilly is the correct
Gilly
answer.
with parentheses question mark, by the way.
Gilly.
Thank you.
I can't believe that, Gilly. Let's go to question number 3.
Poor bud.
In this game, you try to answer trivia questions from 6 different categories to earn pie pieces. And this is for 8 points.
How did you both know that already? Like, that's concerning.
It's a classic board game, Piper. Alrighty. Do you have an answer?
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's start, Piper.
I put life.
Life is incorrect. Let's go to Michelle next.
Trivial Pursuit?
Trivial Pursuit is correct, Gilly.
Yeah,
Trivial Pursuit. So Gilly and Michelle, excuse me, correct. And they both get 8 points. And Michelle is perfect through 3, so let's see if that continues. Let's go to next question. Hawks, Braves, and Falcons. And this is for 4 points. Let's see if Piper can get on the board with sports cities. We're going to start with Piper once again.
I put New England.
New England is incorrect. Let's go to Gilly next.
Atlanta.
Atlanta is correct. And Michelle, Atlanta is correct. And the drawing as well.
Thank you.
Very good. Let's go to question 5. In this strategic game, players place armies and attempt to conquer the world. And this is for 6 points. It's a really, really fun game. One of my favorites, actually. Haven't played in a while, but let's start with Michelle this time.
Risk?
Risk is correct. Gilly?
Risk.
Risk is correct. And Piper?
I put Axis and Allies.
Axis and Allies is incorrect. Michelle is 5 for 5. Piper struggling a little, but Gilly also right there. Only got yourself wrong. It's okay. Let's go to our next question. Joe is at the 90-degree north latitude line, marking this icy spot with no land beneath it. And this is for 10 points. I haven't been there, just a quick disclaimer. Or maybe I have. Let's start with Gilly.
The North Pole?
The North Pole is correct. Piper?
I also put the North Pole.
North Pole is correct. And finally, Michelle?
Northern
Northern Pole
You'll
is
accept it.
correct. We'll accept it. And The run keeps up for Michelle, 6 for 6. Gilly, 5 for 6 right there as well. Let's go to our next question. Joe is at this place, famous for its giant stone heads called Moai, and is located on a remote island that is the special territory of Chile. And this is for 6 points. Let's start with Piper here.
I know it's wrong. I put Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore is incorrect. Just saw some gasp from the control room. Sorry, guys. Let's go to Gilly now.
Is it Easter Island?
Easter Island is correct, and Michelle.
Easter Island.
Easter Island
How do you
is
guys know
correct.
this? How do you know? Piper.
Good try, Piper. Mount Rushmore is a little closer than that. Let's go to our next question. This game's goal is to guess your opponent's mystery character by eliminating options. A little bit bland here, but there's only 2 players in this game, if you guys need a little more clarity on it. Piper, do you have anything?
I put Clue, but like now I know that's wrong, but I wasn't getting anything
Clue
else.
is incorrect. Let's go to Michelle next.
I put Clue as well, and now I regret making fun of Piper.
Clue is incorrect. And Gilly?
Guess who?
Guess who is correct. Gilly, really good job to get the points rather. And yeah, a little tough on that question. Probably should have clarified there were 2 opponents. My apologies.
I wasn't getting it either way.
It's okay. Let's go to our next one. This silhouette belongs to one of the assistant chief meteorologists at WTOP-10, who will also be a Joepardy contestant next week. And this is for 8 points. That one's a little tough. The hair. Let's see if that helps. Can we get that graphic back on screen for a second, if that's okay? Yeah, there we go. Let's take a look at that. Alrighty. Let's go to Michelle.
Ryan?
Ryan Murphy is correct. Let's go to Gilly next.
Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy and Piper. Ryan Murphy. 3 for 3 down the board. That was one of the harder ones, and you guys all got the point, so really good job. Let's go to our next question. Stars, Mavericks, and Rangers. This is for 2 points. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here. So let's start with Piper.
I put New York.
New York is incorrect. Exactly what I was expecting there. New York Rangers, incorrect. Different city. Let's go to Gilly next.
Dallas.
Dallas is correct. And let's end it with Michelle here.
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas is correct. Or at least the Dallas suburbs. So Gilly and Michelle, once again, coming away with the points. We are now halfway through our Joepardy game. The second half and more are all coming up right after the break.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
sister. If you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
Surface is this? Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
Only on WTOP.
welcome back to Joepardy. Let's continue our round. And let's go to our next question. Joe is at this tallest mountain peak in the world at 29,032 feet above sea level. Fun fact, I have actually climbed it. I'm kidding, I have. Let's start with Piper.
I put Mount Everest.
Mount Everest is correct. Let's go to Gilly next.
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest, and finally, Michelle.
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest down the board. Points for everyone. Everyone's happy. Really good job to get that one. A little bit of a tougher one, but yeah. As you saw in that image, it definitely was there. This silhouette belongs to last year's equipment manager, who's also a president of another club on campus, for 4 points. And I'm on the right there. Let's keep that graphic up for 1 second, though. I'm on the right here, so this one's a little tougher. Let's get out of the graphic now, and let's see our answers. Let's start with Gilly, since he seemed confident.
Jesse Senegal.
Jesse is correct. Let's go to Michelle next.
Said DeMars.
DeMars is incorrect. And finally, Piper.
I put Jesse, topper of the week.
Topper of the week. Piper and Gilly getting the points.
Oh, he's my TA.
He is your TA. You got to know that one. No. I'm sure you're going to be hearing about that one in class. Let's go to our next question. In this game, you give clues to get your team to guess specific words on a grid, all while avoiding the assassin card. And this is for 10 points. This one's a little tougher, but you know, we got to sprinkle in the hard and the easy questions. One of my favorite games right here. Let's go to Piper.
I put Gridmaster.
Gridmaster is incorrect. Let's go to Michelle next.
Taboo, but I know that's not right.
Is incorrect. Gilly?
Monopoly.
Monopoly is incorrect. The answer is Codenames. Codenames. One of my favorites right there. I love words. Let's go to our next question. Joe is at the iconic white marble mausoleum in Agra that was built by Shah Jahan in memory of his wife, for 8 points. It's so beautiful.
Have you been?
I have not been. Unfortunately, I haven't been, unless you count this image. So, let's start with Michelle here.
Taj Mahal.
Taj Mahal is correct. Piper? Castle is incorrect. I don't think they call it castle. Good try, though. And let's go to Gilly next.
Taj Mahal.
Taj Mahal is correct.
It's one of the wonders of the world. Right?
It's a Lego
Castle?
set, Piper.
Castle. In what world is it castle?
Piper.
Well, Piper, see if you can redeem yourself right here on this one. This board game features colorful spaces and characters like Mr. Mint and Princess Lolly. And this is for 2 points. This game was my childhood, so I really hope you guys know this. One of my favorites as well. Let's start with Piper again. Purple World is incorrect. I don't know if that's a real game. We're going to have to check that out after. So, maybe we can, yeah, one night we'll do Purple World somewhere. Let's go to Gilly next.
Candyland.
Candyland is correct. And finally, Michelle.
Candyland.
Candyland is
Since when
correct.
did Candyland have characters?
Candyland has always
They're
had
like the heads of their
characters.
biome.
Absolutely. Piper, we need to brush up on your video game, your board game knowledge, so we'll work on that in our upcoming break. But let's go to our next question. This silhouette belongs to one of my co-producers on WTOP-10 Monday Nightly News, who is always wearing 2 different shoes. And this is for 10 points. He's on the right side here. I am on the left, so let's see if you guys can pull this one off. I really want to start with Gilly here.
Cam.
Cam is correct. Cam Carvalho. Let's go to Piper next.
I put Cameron.
Cameron is also correct. And finally, Michelle.
Cameron.
Cameron is correct. Points down the board for Cameron Carvalho. Shout out, Cam. Appreciate you, buddy. Let's go to our next question. Mercury, Diamondbacks, and Cardinals. And this is for 8 points.
It's the city, right?
It is the city.
You won't take state?
I will not take the state, unfortunately. I know this one's a little bit of a stumper. Let's go with Michelle first here.
Oh, wait.
Phoenix?
Phoenix is correct. Gilly?
Yeah, I'll get it. I erased my answer before you did it, but
Was it not Phoenix?
It was Phoenix.
Okay, then we'll count it because you wrote it down before. Trust process. And then Piper?
I put Trent.
Trenton is incorrect. Trenton has that many pro sports teams?
They don't have any.
No, the Cardinals play in Glendale.
They do, but it's the Phoenix area, so we're counting it there. Same thing with the question about the Stars.
I got the point.
The Rangers a little while ago. The Rangers play in Arlington, Texas. So we're just counting the relative area there. Still city. It's close enough for this regard. Let's go to our next one. Joe is at this Paris landmark that was once the tallest man-made structure in the world. And this for 4 points. I really hope you guys get this. This is an important one. Let's go to Piper first.
I put the Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower is correct, Gilly.
Eiffel Tower.
And Michelle.
Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower is correct. Down the board, correct answers. And let's go to our next question. This silhouette belongs to the guy running video playback in the control room right now, who also has his own game show at WTOP-10. And this for 6 points. Notice how the video playback guy just suddenly disappeared in the bathroom right now? Let's see if anyone can get this answer. And let's start with Michelle.
Logan Russo?
Logan Russo is correct. Gilly?
Yeah,
Logan Russo. And finally?
Logan Russo.
Logan Russo is correct. Points down the board. And let's go now to our final question of the block. Rockies, Nuggets, Broncos. And this is for 6 points. What sports city do we have? Kept out the hockey team there. I'm sorry, Michelle.
It's okay, I got it anyway.
It's okay. It's good. Let's start with Gilly here.
Denver.
Denver is correct. Michelle?
Denver.
Denver and Piper?
Denver.
Denver is correct. Points down
Go
the board
Piper.
to end it. Great job by our competitors there. Really good show. And now it's time to see the final Joepardy category. Our final category is movies. Don't go anywhere, as we will have our final Joepardy scores after the break.
If you like action, romance,
If you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
Surface is this? Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
no!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Look at the number of disasters in the U.S. Chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
back to...
Welcome back to Joepardy. And before we get to our final question real quick, I'm going to go through the scores for our competitors. First and third place as of now is Piper with 46 points. And in second place right now, Michelle with 93. And then finally, Gilly with 100. I'm not sure, though, I want to address the audience real quick. Not sure how we got 93 from Michelle because all of the numbers are even numbers. So how did we get an odd number there? We'll figure that out at some point. We'll keep it for now. I'll talk to my crew about that after. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so now it's time for Final Joepardy. A quick rundown on how it works for everyone since we have the time. Each competitor has their amount of points from the game. A wager is placed beforehand, and then I will read the question, and the points will be wagered on the line. If you get the question incorrect, you lose all of your points, but if you get the question correct, you gain every point you wagered. So you really could go from first place to second place to third place in a moment. So without further ado, let's get to our final Joepardy question. Winner of 6 Academy Awards, this film follows a man from Alabama who influences many great events from the 1900s. He also was fond of playing ping pong in China. And now, as we give some time for our competitors to get an answer, a quick little bit of a promotion here. Not really promotion, but Joepardy is back next week for our next episode featuring Mike Neckers, Ryan Murphy, and Lucas McGarry, 3 WTOP-10 members who are also on the swim team. So keep an eye out for that. That is our next episode, Joepardy being weekly now. And thank you for tuning in for tonight's episode. It's been great so far. And I very much appreciate all of you guys seeing what we're doing tonight. So without further ado, let's go to our answers. Let's start in third place with Piper. Piper, what do you have written down on the whiteboard?
I put Bob Marley.
Bob Marley, I don't believe that is a movie. That is incorrect. And how much did you wager? Show the camera real quick.
What did you wager, Piper? 45.
45, so that leaves Piper with 1 point to go. Tough outing for Piper. Is there anything you want to say?
I forgot I was guessing a movie.
It's okay. We all have those nights, Piper. Bob Marley is incorrect. Now let's head to Michelle in second place. Michelle, what do we have?
I answered Forrest Gump, and I wagered all 93 of my points, which might be incorrect.
Forrest Gump is correct. Correct answer for Michelle, and that is 186 points on the board. We're going to stick with it. Perfect. I have faith in my graphics guy, Mike DeMars, who's counting it tonight. Shout out, Mike. So that is correct. We're up to 186 points for Michelle. Does Gilly have the answer? Show the camera, Gilly. What do you have written down? Forrest Gump is correct, and he wagered all. He hasn't seen the movie, but he got the correct answer somehow. I'm shocked how that happened. Gilly, you come out at top with 200 points tonight. How does it feel to be the victor?
I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm really happy that you gave me the opportunity to come on your show and show how smart I am.
I appreciate it. And then to Michelle, just a record I do want to tell you about. That is the most points scored in Joepardy by anyone not named Gilly, so nothing to be ashamed of.
Thank you.
Second most points. And actually right now, we are going to send it to our graphics operator, Mike DeMars, who's coming out here right now to give a brief detail on the points. Mike, here, you want to share the mic for a second?
Yeah. So, in the rules of Joepardy, which it's a 98-page. It's a 98-page rule book. There is a hockey lover point tax.
Whoa!
So we had to unfortunately take away 3 points for that reason. That is why she was left with 93.
93.
Yes.
Okay, good to know. Thank you, buddy.
Yep, no problem.
I appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
I demand to read the rules.
Microphone on the floor. Alrighty. So there you have it. A 3-point hockey lover tax. I'm so sorry, Michelle. Michelle, what's your thoughts on that?
I'm about to storm off the set.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter.
Oh, he said Michelle. He said Michelle, not Gilly.
I won. I'm the
First of
Joepardy
all,
champion.
I was not presented with the rule book, or else I wouldn't have made it so known that I was a hockey lover. And you can count me out for the hockey broadcast this weekend. Thank you to Mars.
Whoa,
for that.
you heard it here first. That is some breaking news. We might have to cover that on WTOP-10 News coming up in just a few nights. But that is all for our Joepardy tonight. Gilly is your winner. Shout out Gilly. Round of applause. Big thank you to Piper, Michelle, and Gilly, all of our competitors for tonight, for coming in and playing Joepardy. I'm Joe. See you next week for our next episode of Joepardy.
Go Joepardy.
Let's hear that buzz.
Oh no! Just do down the middle.
Chris, how long?
No, don't do it down the middle.
He said it. He said it. Joe, get a cut of this.
Oh no!
Well, that's where we last left off. Me and Chris getting our hair buzzed while I'm holding on to an inflatable horse. What a pity.